वेलकम टू माय यूट्यूब चैनल इंग्लिश लिंग्विस्टिक वर्ड। लास्ट लेक्चर में हमने बात की थी रेस्टोरेशन एज की, और इस लेक्चर में हम बात करेंगे लिटरेरी राइटर इन द रेस्टोरेशन पीरियड। अगर लिटरेरी राइटर इन रेस्टोरेशन पीरियड में बात करें तो जॉन ड्राइडन, सैमुअल बटलर और अब्राहम कॉली, जॉन बनियन और विलियम कंगरी। अगर हम जॉन ड्राइडन को देखें, चूँकि रेस्टोरेशन एज जॉन ड्राइडन के नाम से डोमिनेटेड थी और रेस्टोरेशन एज को एज ऑफ ड्राइडन भी कहा गया। हम बात करते हैं जॉन ड्राइडन की। जॉन ड्राइडन वाज पोएट, रोट प्लेज एंड क्रिटिक। ही वाज बोर्न इन नॉर्थहैम्पशायर in England in year 1631. When Charles II took over the throne, Dryden dedicated him a royalist through praise of celebrated of king. Later on 1868 the king conferred him the title of poet laureate. So John Dryden was poet laureate of England. Keeping in mind Dryden works, John Dryden was full of passion and dedication and ensured that each of his work was perfect. He was very clear about the writing and reasoning and wanted to achieve more literature. He was applied some traits of his writing then he learned from the Elizabethan era, including imagination and fanciness. अगर हम इसका बात करें वर्क की, तो इसके वर्क जो थे वो कॉमेडी और ट्रेजेडीज़ का कम्बिनेशन थे। डॉक्टर जॉनसन रेफर टू हिम एज अ फादर ऑफ इंग्लिश क्रिटिसिज्म। डॉक्टर जॉनसन को फादर ऑफ इंग्लिश क्रिटिसिज्म भी कहा गया, ड्यू टू हिज इमेंस contribution to the descriptive criticism. He criticized a literary piece by conducting an analysis. He was a person who led historical criticism and one of the leading dramatists of the Restoration period. The first drama written by him was Wild Gallant and the pioneered many other plays as well. सेकंड में अगर हम बात करें विलियम बटलर की, तो सैमुअल बटलर की, तो सैमुअल बटलर वाज अ पोएट एंड स्टैटिस्ट. His life greatly influenced the work that he spent in New Zealand. One of the famous work, Hudibras, was the satirical poem about the Puritan age. Hudibras was considered an epic during the Restoration period with mockery of heroism, irony and wit. One of his work that made him famous was Hedbaras. It was a mockery of heroic poetry in the Puritan age. अगर हम विलियम थर्ड पे हम बात करें तो इब्राहिम कॉयले की. इब्राहिम कॉयले वाज अ लीडिंग पोएट and essayist of the Restoration period. He was the versatile writer and relied on the Pendrake form while writing English literature. The length of his essay was small and was morally based. His works depicted himself, which became an attraction and charmed the reader. तो अगर इसके ऐसे की बात की जाए, his famous work was Of Myself. It was an essay written by Cowley, which depicted the initial days of him being a writer. Through the essay, he described how he was fascinated with poetry. The essay was published posthumously. उसके बाद हम फोर्थ पे देखते हैं जॉन बनियन को. जॉन बनियन was more inclined toward religious writing. The Holy Bible greatly influenced his personality and style of writing. He used to observe things and include them in his writing. ये चीज़ों को ऑब्जर्व करता था, फिर उसे अपनी राइटिंग में उनका हवाला देता था और उन्हें अपनी राइटिंग में शामिल करता था. Some of his work made his famous work. अगर हम इसके फेमस वर्क की बात करें तो Grace Abounding and the Pilgrim's Progress. It was an immortal allegory. It was a functional piece of literature that represented life and different situations. The literature dealt with the everybody life in general. It dramatized the Puritan age. अगर हम लास्ट रेस्टोरेशन राइटर की बात करें विलियम कंग्रेव की, विलियम कंग्रेव मास्टर्ड द रेस्टोरेशन ऑफ कॉमेडी ऑफ मैनर्स. मोस्ट most of his comic literature was written before he turned 30 and old bachelor. जिसका मोस्ट प्ले था वो था कंवारा बूढ़ा, ओल्ड बैचलर. His first writing piece, he also wrote poem in the Restoration period. Some of his work that made him famous, Old Bachelor. This play was huge success, and Congreve believed that he had depicted the play himself. Basically, ये जो Old Bachelor है, ये इसकी खुद की autobiography है. The play was written keeping in mind some specific character. The play motivated him to write more or similar lines. Love for Love was based on the British comedy with funny characters and witty one-liner. He became a noun name of theoretical word after this play. तो अगर हम बात करें टू सम अप, ये जो प्रेजेंट लिटरेरी मूवमेंट थी इसकी रेस्टोरेशन एज की, इसने रेस्टोरेशन टोटल, ये प्योरिटन एज से टोटल मुख्तलिफ थी. प्योरिटन एज का इसका जो लिटरेचर था प्योरिटन एज से टोटल मुख्तलिफ था. द चेंज वाज ओनली बेस्ड ऑन द स्टाइलिंग ऑफ थीम इंस्टेड ऑफ थाट बिहाइंड राइटिंग अ पीस ऑफ लिटरेचर आल्सो सा ड्रास्टिक चेंज. तो इसमें सबसे पहले अगर हम बात करें द बिहेडिंग ऑफ किंग चार्ल्स वन लीड टू द रेस्टोरेशन पीरियड आर एस्टेब्लिश विच अगेन ब्रॉड चेंज इन द लिटरेरी वर्क. The difference was a huge and it was visible. Puritan respected the preaching of Bible and Catholic, but the same was questioned in the Restoration period. The literary work of this period applied reasoning and science, prose and styles came to existence along the element of comedy. तो इसमें अगर रेस्टोरेशन की बात की जाए तो रेस्टोरेशन का प्योरिटन से इसलिए चेंज था, रेस्टोरेशन का जो था वो फ्रेंच इन्फ्लुएंस था. वो फ्रेंच से, चूँकि मोस्टली राइटर फ्रेंच से आए थे काफ़ी अरसे बाद, तो उनका जो लिटरेचर था फ्रेंच डोमिनेटेड लिटरेचर था.